Test, test. We might have sound. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I think we have sound. Hey, Christy, can you hear me? My goodness. Oh, you think it was a Mercury retrograde? I'm like, what is happening to my sound? I like rebooted and readjusted things and plugged stuff in and out and rebooted again. And I was like, wow, I don't know. So sorry for all those who um, put messages in the chat, don't have access to it. So we're starting fresh. And thank you guys for your patience. And I have no idea what it was doing, but you know how mechanics are, right? So let me pop out the chat here and I'll keep an eye on my sound down there, make sure it's still working. All right. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let me just shrink this down. I will keep an eye on chat. And I've only had the sound to do one more thing before, but you are lagging. Is anyone else lagging in the video? Is it is it matching up? Is everything okay? Just want to make sure it's not okay. So it's not lagging here. So it might be just where you're at there, Rachel. Just give it a moment. Maybe it'll line up and go. Well, I'm all flushed from running around trying to get this going. Oh, good. Woohoo. All right. So I'm going to take a deep breath and come back to this moment because I was rushing around, panicking. I was going into fear. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Is everything broke? Ah! I went into my cat mind and was running around. Okay. So I'm going to take a deep breath. Hmm. Come back to right here, right now, and let's send some love out to the world and get the love flowing so that I move out of my rushing around Capricorn rising tasking mode and get into spirit. So if you want to join me, I'm just going to let the love fall down from the heavens, fill up my heart, and overflow out to the world. And if you are in need of love for your heart, your mind, your body, a circumstance, we're sending that love to you right now as well. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. I feel much better. I'm calming down, coming in back to this moment here. So we will get started on the readings. I know we're starting about 15 minutes late, but I'm glad that you guys can hear me and that the sound is still showing. That's good. Okay, good. All right. So thank you guys so much. And we're going to jump right in. And Janet, you are going to be the first one up. And you want to know, how does Evan feel about your relationship? So we'll take a look here. And Jessica, you will be up after that. So what else we got going on here? Seems like they're in their head a lot here. Hmm. Yeah, definitely a lot in their head. So you have both the uh, Prince of Swords, which should be the Knight of Swords in the standard tarot, as well as the Eight of Swords. And what this tells me is that he's really, like I said, he's really in his head. He's thinking about all his thoughts and his beliefs and his mindsets that have restricted him in the past, and he is looking for this movement of thought and belief. So that this is going on here, and um, then so you got two swords, and then you have two pentacles too. But you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Now, Seven of Pentacles is kind of like things take time to unfold. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And as things go on and things happen, sometimes there is a change of direction, and an alteration of things. And the Eight of Pentacles does show a movement up, a progression in things in the outside world. So it's like maybe things have been just going for a while, and they're ready for something new, like a promotion in relationship. Because you do have the Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is this ending, and this is a new beginning. The ending, this is usually meaning in your favor, like the wheels are turning, and I feel like these are the wheels turning in his head, and he has new ideas, new ways of looking at things, kind of cutting away the old, and to move into the new. So I almost feel like that they've been thinking a lot about what they want, and I'm not sure how far along you guys are in a relationship, but I almost feel like they want to take things deeper, take things higher in here. Because I don't feel the energy of like them wanting to end this relationship and begin one with someone else. I feel it's more like with you that they want to take things to the next step. And let's see what here. Yeah, Princess of Cups, Page of Cups, higher love, newer love. So it's like they're wanting to take this to another step, but they're in their mind about it. They're doing a lot of thinking. Yeah, because there's more thinking. Ten of Swords. I almost feel like they had so much pressure on themselves from all the supposed to, the need to, the have to, and the should in the past, that they were exhausting themselves trying to do all the things that they thought they were supposed to do and should do and need to do, all the stuff that they were trained to do or conditioned to do when they were growing up. And I don't feel like it's coming from you. And so I think he's like been reevaluating, why am I putting so much pressure on myself? Why do I think it has to be all of this when it's the relationship between you two, not the relationship of all these memories and things? So I feel like with that Ace of Swords, that there'll be new communication coming from him, and that it is something that they want to think about of what's next, what can they move into. So that's what I'm feeling right now for you, Janet. So we shall see. Always in the meantime, while we're waiting for things to unfold, we work on our heart, we work on our own love, and we look to, have that progress forward. We have that, to expand within us. So when we're waiting on other people to catch up, do whatever they need to do, process whatever we need to process, we work on ourselves and grow that. That allows us to be in the proper vibration for what we are wanting next to come into our lives. So Hopefully that resonates and makes sense there for you, Janet. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Jessica, you are up next, and then Rishi, you'll be up after that. All right. So, what should you know about Mark, Jessica? Let's take a look here. See what Spirit would like you to know. What should you know about Mark? Okay. Let me take a look here. I just want to make sure I didn't accidentally do anything. I bumped my keyboard. I'm like, no, the sound is still here. I can see it. Okay. All right. Well, it's interesting, Jessica, about Mark because there's so much underneath the surface that he really doesn't show, right? I kind of feel like he's someone that keeps his emotions very much in check and very mysterious. It's like, how do you feel? I don't know. You're not able to like draw it out of him, and it's almost like if you try to uh, pick up and try to look in, it's like there's a wall, there's a shield, right? And there's a lot of pain in there because he both has the Three of Swords, which is all about disappointment and heartbreak. And so he's got a lot of this emotion going on inside. And then he also has the Nightmare and Insomnia card. So many expectations that he had in his life, always disappointing, always be disappointed. And so there's a lot of this that goes on deep underneath the surface. The good news, though, with all of that, because I mean, at first I you're like, oh my gosh, what's in the basement? But he has the Justice card here. And the Justice card does show that they are working on balancing those fears. He's trying to look at things from a higher perspective and trying to balance out all those fears of losing conditional love and the disappointments from the past. So they definitely are on this beautiful path to do that, and I really like that. But I feel like when you're asking what should you know about him, it's a work in progress. It's under construction, and there's a lot down underneath there, a lot of pain that he didn't deal with at the time. He was taught to suppress and push down his emotions deep down inside. And that's what I feel. Spirit is wanting you to know that there is some balancing, nothing that you can do except just allow any expectations you have. You look at those for yourself and not put them on them because that'll just make them feel even more uh, sparked in their expectations department. So, that's what I feel they have for you right now. Let me see, anything else here? Nothing here, but with that Justice card, and I did with all my poor, connection and everything, I totally forgot to tell you guys some stuff at the beginning, but, the 11/11 Justice portal readings that came out on 11/11, Jessica, I am going to post the playlist down here in the chat. And if you want to check in, if you know what your Mars planet is, where it's at in your birth chart, check that out. And if not, just follow your heart, whether it's like maybe go check out their sun sign, if you know it. I'm sure you probably know it. Um, if you don't know what your Mars is, because Mars is how you relate to masculine energy. And with this portal, it's going to say how it's impacting that relationship there. But if you don't, then I feel like they're saying if you go to his sun sign, if you know it, then that will also give you additional information on what's hopping around down there inside their head there. So that's what they have for you, Jessica. And everyone else, I forgot to mention because the uh, can we think? The drawing that I'm having for the 10 1 hour personal recorded readings. It actually ends at midnight tonight, so in about 4.5 hours. And so let me grab that. This is the drawing for that. So if you haven't looked at it yet and signed up, be sure to do that because I probably will. I'll do it before if I'm up past midnight, I will do it. If not, I'll probably first thing in the morning. But I'll close out the drawing and I'll start drawing names tomorrow, one a day for each one of those 1 hour personal recorded readings. So I'm excited for those. So I wanted to make sure because we're so close to that ending that you're aware of that. So that's that one there too. All right, Jessica, you're very welcome. All right. So, Rishi, thank you so much. And I think you were first in the other chat. I remember seeing your name there. So, sorry that you got bumped down a couple. But yeah, I can understand feeling frustrated about job and what is going on there. So, let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know about this um, wall that you seem to be here hitting around a job and that they are not bringing you in those areas. So I know it feels like a rejection, but sometimes it's well, that's not sometimes. When a door doesn't open, it's because there's a better door for us, or there's a lion behind the doors we're trying to get in, right? So let's take a look here, Rishi, and see what does Spirit want you to know around the job hunt here. Okay. Okay. So yeah, definitely, I see what they're bringing in here for you because you have both the two of swords, which is about making a decision, like you're in a fork of a road and you're trying to um, move forward and you're trying to get somewhere. And the chariot also is about movement but choice, so both of these cards are about choices. And the reason why that there's this kind of block for the job hunting is because with these choices here, and they just want me to use this one here, you have the King of Cups is on one hand, and then you have the King of Pentacles on the other. And so they're having you look at there's it's like the two choices that are coming up. The Pentacles would be about, okay, what's the good paying job? What makes sense? What am I have experience in? Da da da, blah blah blah. All that kind of logical, um, regular path. That's the path you've been looking on, right? Well, the other one is the cups. That's your heart. And I feel like what's coming in here is that uh, you are like looking for jobs in areas that make sense, right? But what spirit is wanting you to look at is what would make your heart sing? What is the job that you really want? How do you uniquely want to express love to the world? What's that dream that you have, right? It's not like um, the logical thing that everyone that you've been like poured into your head since you were very, very young on the supposed to and the should and the need to and the must and all of that. And the Two of Swords kind of also says that when we're making decisions and trying to go in a direction, close our eyes and see with our heart and with our gut, with our where our soul wants us to go. And I feel like that's why there's been these blocks that have been happening here because your soul, your higher self, your spiritual team, they're like it's time to live your dream and not live someone else's dream. And so the block in getting into these other areas is because that's not what's going to make you happy. They're having you like take a deep breath, take a step back, and really look at your heart. And what would be the thing that you would really want to do? Let's say you were a millionaire and you could do anything you wanted. What would that be? That would make your heart sing and that would make your heart feel full not, checking off all the checklists that of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and the responsible thing to do and the right thing to do, all that stuff. It's like, but what would you do? And that's what they're looking at here because I feel like there's going to be a change of direction that you would go in because of that, that you would totally look in a different area, maybe not totally opposite, but it would look differently for you. Like maybe it's not, in the same type of industry or the same amount of hours or, anything along those lines. Yeah, because the universe card came flying out of here. Ending of major cycles and beginning of new one, right? Two of wands. Wherever you focus your energy is what grows. And then you have the five of cups too, which is the disappointment. It's this is the old ways of how you approached life and those other cups that are empty. But you have this two of cups, this I love the two of cups analogy of joining together with spirit, with your higher self, that it's you walking hand in hand, a lot like I could talk about the strength card, which is the lion, and the maiden, which is our higher self and our human self, and how they eventually walk together hand and paw. I feel like that is what they're nudging you towards so that you can, look in that direction. So that's what they have for you, Rishi. So it's the blocks are there for you so that you don't get back into something that you always did before. And it would just keep you from moving forward into your dream and sharing the true you with the world. In that amazing, unique way that's in your heart. So that's what they have for you there, Rishi. So many blessings to you. All right, Christy, you are up. And then after that, let me just take a look here. Okay, good. Bring it all there down to double, triple, quadruple X. You'll be next. All right. So, Christy, what does Spirit have for you for the rest of this month, which is what, 10 days? Can you believe it? I cannot believe how fast this year has gone. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Someone sat on the remote and hit the fast forward button or something. I don't know. All right, let's take a look here. Well, it seems for the rest of this month that you are doing a little bit of checking in here on your thoughts and your beliefs and mindsets about love. The devil card is our shadow, and it's the Saturn Capricorn energy that just shakes and rattles your cage to let you know that you're in a cage and to question your thoughts and beliefs that you've always had around love and what a relationship means and what you are supposed to be in a relationship and who someone else is supposed to, and all that, because you've got the seven of swords here, which is your thoughts, your beliefs, and your mindsets that tell you what about your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have been stealing joy, stealing you away from relationships and cheating you out of relationships. It's the thievery card, which, people are like, oh, there's a thievery in your life. I'm like, but it's swords, it's your thoughts, your mindsets. And it's what are your thoughts are cheating out of it. And you're like, but as Zen, why would you think it's love that you're going through? Well, because you got the lovers card and the two of cups card that are coming in here. And so all of these thoughts and these beliefs are around these things. So it is about this reflection on what do you really want and why do you believe it has to be that way, and is that really necessary, and why do you have that type of rule around relationships? Where does it come from? Did it come from a safety standpoint somewhere in your life where you needed to do that because you got hurt before, and so now you have this protective shield, but maybe that protective shield's outdated and it doesn't need to be there anymore, right? Or is it just all these, all the movies we watch, all the books we, read, and all the relationships we see interaction, we start developing all this rules and supposed to, and then it gets really, really small how this relationship has to unfold and how it has to be. And it feels like it's this time to really release that and to expand it, expand your the I'm gonna say the pond from which you will allow the fish to come. It's like instead of being like this, you're just moving away and getting, clearing out more and more expectations and thoughts and beliefs to allow a relationship to come in a beautiful way and allow it to unfold the way it will, and you can be yourself without worried and having so many fears, and as well as, allowing the other person to be who they are and not feel, frustrated like you're feeling frustrated. And you know so it's that kind of wonderful 10 days that you get to have for this month of just reflecting on relationship. And it's for you, right? Because it's going to free you, and it's going to free the partner that will eventually come as well. So this is like doing the clearing away the clutter. Or they're showing me like a garden. You're just ripping out all the old husks of corn that already were harvested. Now they're just old and dead, and you're like getting ready to plow the field and get it all ready for new seeds and new things to grow, and getting rid of all this stuff, and you're preparing, and it's a good thing. So I like that for you, Christy. So that's what they have for you. Um, yeah. So many blessings to you, and I'm glad you can hear me. You're like, "Well, I'm not so glad that I can hear you now." I know you are open to the messages. I just think that's funny. All right, so let's keep going down here. So double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next, and then Jazz, you will be up after that. So, what is next on your journey? Let's take a look here and see what is coming forth here. Okay, what else? Anything else? Okay. So the first card popping out here is the Lover's card. So could be some romance, definitely emotional choices that are headed your way here. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Yeah. Well, you do have new opportunities that are coming forward in the outside world. So some new. Uh, I feel like this is romance, because some other cards in here. I'll show those to you in a sec. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is endings and new beginnings. Things are unfolding. So these things are hopping into place, and there's these new opportunities that are coming forward. And then you have the Strength card here, which, not the Strength card comes next. You have the King of Cups here, which is the offering of love, is really what I feel is coming in here. So I really like that for you. And, it will be coming here, and it said next on your journey. I feel like the wheels are turning, but I don't feel like they're turning like jig, 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 jig. I don't see like wands in here, which would be the fast, fast, fast movement. And of course, so while you're waiting, you have the Strength card coming in here, which is about you. This is you, the wolf, and then this here is your higher self. And so this is like, while you're waiting, really look at connecting inward and upward to your higher self and your spiritual team and posse, because they will help you look into your inner love and your and the growth that will happen there. And the more you expand your self love, the more love you can receive and give, which is always great. But it also will speed up the outside world and bring and magnetize yourself to bring in love sooner. Because right now, if we just stay as we are, it's like taking forever to get here, but the more you expand like this electromagnetic pulse inside of your heart, it's like it brings it faster and faster to you. So that is what they have for you right now. So that is what's coming up here in your near future. But in the meantime, work on the self love and just expand it because it'll move everything here faster. And I like that. All right. Let me just scroll back up here a little bit. There we go. So many blessings to double, triple, quadruple X. And then Jazz, you're up. And then Rachel Gee, you will be up after that. So, Jazz, a general in love and for tomorrow. Okay, let's take a look here and see. Actually, we're going to switch up cards and we're going to go to the good tarot. Let's see what we got going on. All right. So, what about love? What about general for tomorrow? Oh, okay. What about okay? We'll take them. We'll take them. So they gave me 2 and 2. So love is first. All right. Wow. Okay. So for love, you've got the world card, which is ending of major cycles and new beginnings coming in, and you've got the ace of fire, the ace of wands, new passion, new desire, new energy, new drive coming in. So you definitely have some new love, some new spark in love coming in here for you, which I think will be coming faster because of the fire is the passion and the movement. So I like that for you. So uh, be on the lookout. We'll see what they have for the general for tomorrow. Okay. So you've got the little call coming in from your higher self here to take some time to yourself to really look at your eight of air, your eight of swords, which is looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. And you're looking to see those that have made you feel restricted and bound and trapped before, and your higher self is just having you look at things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, so you can cut away these thoughts and these beliefs that no longer serve you. They were in place to protect you before, but you don't need those anymore because of who you become and who you are, so much more aware of your strength. And so these things that were in place are like, okay, yeah, I don't need that anymore. So it's like having a kiddie gate, like a little kid gate on your stairs, but you don't have any kids in your house anymore, or they're all teenagers and whatever. Like, why do we have this gate here? Well, it was to keep the kids from falling down the stairs. Well, like if they fall down the stairs now, they deserve to fall down the stairs because they're like 18, you know. And it's like, okay, time to remove these guards and these safety things that didn't need to be there anymore, or like the safety protective locks on the cupboards. It's like we don't need those anymore. Everyone's old enough. You know, it's like all these things that were in place for your protection don't need to be there anymore. And so there's these restrictions and things that your higher self wants you to look at. But I do like that love is also on the horizon because you're ending. I feel like some of these protection things also help you, move on from those old cycles and those old things that are done, and you're ready to invest your energy in the new. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Jazz. So many blessings. All right, Rachel, you are up. And then Queen Bee, you will be up after that. All right. So, what should you know about you and JM's future relationship? Let's take a look here, Rachel, and see what should you know? What should you know? Okay. Well, there is a lot of passion in you guys' relationship in the future. Because not only do you have the Eight of Fire, which is a ton a ton of fiery passion, energy coming in. You also have the ace of fire, which is even new passion, desire, um, fiery energy coming in. And you do have the four of fire, which is the four of wands. All these are the wands cards. And the four of fire does represent stable, balanced energy, but it also represents like celebration, wedding kind of stuff too. So I feel like there's all this passion that's coming in, it's flooding in. And I feel like that it will eventually, lead in that direction because it's just this fiery spark that's happening between you guys. Now you do have the Knight of Swords, which is about movement and thought and belief and communication. So I might feel like you might even be getting some communication around all this passion and stuff here. But there is also this pursuit of higher truth, capital T truths, of understanding to cut away expectations. And I feel like I like the energy of this being focused on the love and not all the expectations and the supposed to be and the should be and the need to be, because that will just pour water on the fire instead of uh, blowing it with air, which when you blow air and water, it ignites it even more. And so it's like letting go of these expectations just allows the passion and the love to grow even deeper. So I really like that. Just be careful not to burn each other out with all of this fiery ignition of passion that's coming in here. But that's what they have for you right now, Rachel. So many blessings. Hang in there. Keep a fire extinguisher nearby. All right. All right. Queen Bee, you are up next. And then Naomi, you'll be up after that. All right. Let me just get to the right place. Okay. So, Queen Bee, what's coming your way? How does TJ feel about you since you've been in no contact? All right. Let's take a look here. So, let's look at TJ's feelings since no contact first and see what we've got there. And then what else they want you to know about what's coming your way. Okay. Okay. So let's look at TJ first here. Well, so he's been looking at his own, this Eight of Air, the Eight of Swords, which we just talked about a moment ago. But this is about, he's looking at his own thoughts, his own beliefs, his own mindsets that were keeping him feeling restricted and small. And what does he want to change? What does he want to do? And he has this wish fulfillment card. He has like this idea of what he wants and what he wants to head towards and what he wants to do. And this is what he's been clarifying. I just really noticed the 17, 7 and 1 equals 8. And so that's like what he's like dreaming about. What is my dream? I thought what my dream was, but I want to know what it is. And with all of that, he does have a new passion, a new drive that's coming in here. So his feelings, I almost feel like um, he has left the building. He is just off on his own. I feel like he just kind of suppressed all emotion and rejection and whatever it was that was happening between you guys, and you just really pushed it down and said, you know what? That's not what I want. This is what I want, and this is my dream, and I'm going to go after it. And so I feel it's fake. Quite honestly, I feel it's like him trying to trick his brain not to think about his pain, not to think about his rejection, not to think about things. And so he kind of starts to think about things, but then he quickly starts focusing on my dream and my passion, and so this gets the back seat. It's like, oh, we're just going to put you in the back. We're going to focus on this right now, and it peaks out from time to time, but then he covers it back up. And I feel like that's what he's going on right now. Is he's just like, I'm gonna focus on me, and my dream, go, go, go. And so he's like purposely trying not to think about you. And you, my dear, you are about to head off on a new adventure. So, ending of old cycles and new beginnings. The world card comes right before this, which is the end. And here's a whole new restart into doing other things. What comes after zero? The one, the magician. This is you implementing and igniting things into your life. It's very divine masculine energy where it's not you sitting back waiting for things to come to you and to be the chalice waiting to be filled. You're like, boom, I'm going to make things happen. I'm manifesting things. I'm ready for action and movement. Let's go. And I feel like that's what's happening here. And you do have the king of water, which is you're balancing your heart and your mind here that king of water, king of cups. They roll over water, but all the kings are given also a portion of air, which is the thoughts. And so this is a beautiful balance between heart and mind, not feeling like a fish out of water. It's like even though the water is churning and there's a lot of emotional stuff that is happening out here, I don't feel like you feel bothered by it. I feel like you are just readjusting and going kind of a reboot. And you're like, I'm going to head this direction. This is what I want to do. And you feel very steady about it. And I like it because this new beginning is coming in for you. And you do recognize your power on how you can move forward with that. So that's what spirit has for you right now, Queen Bee. You get to be a king. You get to be the king of cups too, in addition to being Queen Bee. All right. So many blessings to you. All right, Naomi, you are up. And then David Doolittle, you are up after that. So, what is going on with you in your Pisces and what's going on with you just in general? Okay, let's take a look here and see. Let's give these a shuffle here. All right. So, what's going on with you in Pisces? Let's look at that first. What would you like them to know about them in Pisces? Okay. And then just in general. Naomi, Naomi, Naomi. So, you and the Pisces seem to be going through transformation, a death and a rebirth here, because Page of Fire is new passion. So this feels either like you guys are ending and you guys are having new passion come into your life, or if you guys are still together and you're in a good place, this is like a rebirth. It's like going to a new level. One level is ending and you're taking it to a whole nother level, a whole nother passion coming in there. Let me pull another card here. They want the bottom one here. Well, it doesn't really help me, but it's the Seven of Pentacles. You're going to continue to confuse me, not confuse me, but the Seven of Pentacles is about what takes, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So it's been taking time for things to come, but the fruition that happens, there's also this other possibility of when the fruit starts to grow, it's like, it's not really what I wanted. I thought I wanted an apple tree, but now that the apples are growing, it took forever to get here. It's like, well, I really am into guacamole, so I want avocado trees instead. And there's this change of direction, this change of where you're investing your energy. So that can again go either way, right? Which I'm sure you know where this is at in your relationship. You would know if it's headed in that direction or not. Yeah. And then you have the moon, and that's the cycles of the moon, from new moon to full moon, back to new moon to full moon, cycles, things changing, going through all the signs. So there's this cycle that's happening with you guys too, which again can go to either one of them. So it's like I said, I'm going to pull one more card, and if I'm not getting an answer, then I'm just going to leave it there. So I really feel with the Hermit card here and the Queen of Fire, I feel like this is more you withdrawing in and being with yourself and you recognizing your power and what you want to do with your energy and your passion, where you want to direct it, and that you're really in tune with your black kitty here, which is your higher self and your gut and your instinct too. So, with this being more of you withdrawing backward and going on your inner journey, I kind of feel like maybe that is where that is them showing us that this relationship with Pisces seems to be coming to its ending of being what it needs to be in your life so that you can go inward and onward into something that's more in alignment with your future self than so it's like they showed you what you needed to see in this point in your life, but I feel like there's going to be new stuff coming in here, and let's take a look here and see what they wanted for the general here. Okay, yep. Because you have the calling of your higher self. So, like that hermit card, it's your higher self calling you into this more intimate relationship with your higher self. And you also have the eight of water, which is the eight of cups, which is leaving behind the emotions that were no longer serving you, so that you can board the love boat here and head off into a new direction, which is also here the six of air, which is the six of swords, leaving behind old ways of thinking that no longer fit you and moving into a new direction. So this is movement, movement, movement that's happening here. And along with that queen of wands that you had, this is you really showing your power, igniting your power, realizing that whatever you focus on is what grows in your life. So when you're focusing on gratitude for what is in your life and what you do want to have in your life, you draw that in. And if you're focusing on what you feel is lacking in your life, or what you don't want in your life, then that just attracts it even more to you because you're magnetizing your energy to match that and it's bringing it to you. And you're like, nope, nope, don't think. It's like someone saying, don't think of pink rabbits, don't think of pink rabbits, don't think of pink rabbits. All you're thinking of is pink rabbits now. And then all these pink rabbits are multiplying and filling up your whole entire room. Instead, you're like, focus on this. And then that expands and multiplies that. It's funny. Because you do have love coming in here, in the future, and it's a love that will be in more alignment with who you are, where you don't have to dim yourself. You don't have to not be this fiery queen of wands, where, um, it is let me rephrase that because I was gonna say where it is, intimidating, but it's not that you're intimidating, it's that they are intimidated. And there's a big difference in that because one has to do with your actions, which it's not, it's you being yourself. And if someone else is intimidated by it, that has to do with their self worth and their journey, not yours. And this new love, this that'll come down the pike, is someone who you can just be your authentic self and say, "Here I am. Take me or leave me." And they're like, "I will take that." And they really admire it instead of going, it'll do. That's not what you want. And that's, I feel like, maybe what you've had. And that's what they're moving you away from. All right, Naomi. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings for you. All right. David Doolittle, you are up. And then Pooja Gupta, you will be up after that. So, David Doolittle, how stable is your relationship with your Sag partner at this time? Absolutely. You are very welcome. And I feel like I want to move to these tarot of the divine. And let's find out. All right. So, David, how stable is your relationship with that Sagittarius? All right. Let's see what we have here. Wow. I was gonna say about as stable as it can be with a Sagittarius. My dad is a Sagittarius. My host I live with is a Sagittarius. A lot of my close friends are Sagittarians, which I love their fire, their humor, their energy, which you have. You have the Ace of Wands. So talk about stability. It's like dating and hanging with nitroglycerin. Be careful. It's like always this wonderfulness here. But um, you do have these that come in here. And the Tower card is about, of course, something being moved out of your life for you to make room for new, which you have Ace of Pentacles, which is new coming in your outside world. So I kind of feel like the stability with the relationship is that there is going to be this change where they are moved out of your life to open you up for this new opportunity that's more in alignment with um, who you are to be in this life. Because you also, after that, have the Page of Coins, which is upgraded, even more enhanced new things coming into your outside world. And in addition to that, you have the Ace of Cups, which is new love coming in. So I really feel like with these cards, it's like and that's why they were showing me so much fire. And now I understand why they showed me the nitroglycerin and that they're very fiery, right? Very passionate. And it's, but then I feel like it blows up. You get all the fire and ignition, but then it um, dies down. And then that's where this tower comes in, but these great new opportunities and this great new love that's in more in alignment with who you are and for the future. And I know when we like the devil we're with because we know it more than the devil we don't know out there, and that we're afraid. What if they're not what I need? But this is the cards. The cards are telling you. So trust the cards, trust spirit. They know all. But I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. So many blessings to you, David. Hang in there. Just know, hopefully, the tower. One of the beautiful things they show me is like when we're living in an old rundown home that has leaking pipes and the gas is leaking and the roof is leaking and some of the floors are caving in, there's rats, and it's like, wow, but I want this is all I have and I don't think I'd get anything else. I think this is the best I can do. Sometimes we have that belief, right? And then we go out to the garden to get some tomatoes and some cucumbers to make a salad or whatever, and lightning bolt hits the house and it explodes. And you're just like, when it's exploding, you're like, oh no, what's going on? But then the insurance company comes and they're like, oh yeah, we cover this. We're moving this, all the the rubble out of the way. And then they show you the house they're going to replace it with, which is upgraded, new, because that's what was your insurance policy was. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. I'm okay with this, and we're going to put you up in a hotel, this nice hotel nearby while we're rebuilding your home. You're like, all right, I'm okay with this now. But when it's rumbling, falling down and blowing up, I understand that it's scary and it's shocking, but when you know what's coming and you know that it's covered and you know that this more beautiful thing that's more in alignment with you is coming, then it feels better, makes it feel a little better, right? So, but that's what they have for you, David. So hang in there and many blessings to you. All right, Pooja Gupta, you are up next. And then Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, you'll be up after that. So, Pooja Gupta, what's coming for you in the month of December? Let's take a look here and see what they have for you. So for December, for Pooja, okay. Looks like you're going to be having some emotional choices coming up. Sometimes this is emotional confusion, but I don't feel that for you. I feel more like how this card presents it. What do I want? It's almost like, what wish do I want? And I got to figure this out. And so you're like making some emotional choices in December about your future and about what you really want in your life. And your higher self here, the judgment card, like, oh, this is your bright higher self calling down to your monkey mind, you, right? Our monkey mind, our cat mind, saying, come hither. Let me show you things from a higher perspective. I want to show you what is truly your heart's desire, not just what you've been told. And I kind of feel like that's what you've been working on, is understanding what it is you really want in your life. What do you really want to do? Who do you really want? Everything. It just like feels like all this year has been the sorting of things. And now here is this opportunity in December to really choose what you want. And those areas are, first of all, commitment. So the Hierophant is all about marriage and commitments and contracts and legal stuff. But I feel more it's commitment that you've been working on. You also have the Six of Wands, which is about, what do you want for you? How do you want to be recognized? What do you want your legacy to be? It's like this really deep stuff you've been thinking about. But it's like, how do you want to be recognized and seen by everyone as well? And so you're working on that energy that's within you. And you have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is the pursuit of the Ace of Wands. This knight, all knights quest, and this one is in search for the Ace of Wands, which is actually what you're holding in here. But it's your power and understanding how you can use your energy and where you want to invest it. What do I want to grow in my life, and what do I want to stop growing in my life? So you've got these emotional choices that are coming into December. And I feel like it's a big decision point month for you, where you are finalizing all this reflection you've been doing this year. It's finally coming to a head for you. You're just like, you know what? I'm tired of thinking. I'm tired of reviewing. I'm tired of researching, which I kind of feel like, Virgo energy of the, you love the researching, you love doing understanding, making sure you're making the best choices with all the information. And I feel like in December, you get to a point you're like, I'm never going to have all the information, but I feel like I have enough now. And then that's when you're making decisions. So that's what they have for you, Pooja. So I'm excited to see what you decide to do. So many blessings for you. All right, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, you are up next. Love and light to you, Deb. Thanks for being here. Janet, you are very welcome. And Anna, welcome, welcome. Yeah, yeah. I almost didn't come back on. I was trying to redo it, and then the video wasn't working, and then I rebooted again, and then the sound wasn't working again, and I'm like, okay, you want me to take tonight off, or what is this? Let me do it one more time, and then it will work. And so I'm so grateful and thankful. Maybe that's what it was about, right? To be grateful for uh equipment that works. so and it looks like Kaylee, you'll be up next, and then Anna, you'll be after that. All right, so Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, will you see your Pisces this week, and when will you see each other's next? All right, let's take a look here. All right, well, I do like this for you, because you have both the Page of Swords and the Page of Coins. Page of Swords will be new communication coming in the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles? Oh, Page of Coins, which is the Page of Pentacles, um, means new opportunities in the outside world. So I like that with this. Will you see them this week? The new, I feel is good, especially in combination with the Wheel of Fortune, which the Wheel of Fortune is about this ending and beginning, this things unfolding in your favor. So with all of those there, I really feel that that you will see them this week, and that with the upcoming holiday, I do have the not three of swords, the queen of swords, which is balancing of heart and mind, being open to communication, being open minded, is what this comes in here. So I feel like you're going to see him this week, but I'm not sure about the holiday. um be open minded with it, like be open minded on your expectations. Just allow it to be what it is. And I must feel like just put it out there as a, a invitation. Hey, like if you're going to see him this coming week, um and then you're like, I don't know if you have any plans, on Friday, but my family's getting together, and I'd love for you to go. But up to you, no pressure. Not like, "Will you go?" And then they're like, "Um, I, instead, it's just very no expectations, just an expression of, desire, not, "This is going to weigh on your grade that I'm gonna give you at the end of the year," type of thing. So, I like that for you. So, that's what they have for you, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, so I like it. So that's what they have. All right. Let me scroll down here. So, Kaylee, you are up next. And then Anna, you'll be after that. So, Kaylee, can you tell me what Spirit's trying to tell you about your dream? Oh, dreams are always fun. I do dream interpretation, which, of course, everything is channeling anyway. They do dream interpretation. So we'll see what they want you to know here about your dream. But if you ever want me to tell me the specific dream, you can hit me up on Instagram, or email me. My email's in the description box. brettazen@gmail.com. Depends on how much I have going on. It may take me a little bit of time to get back, but I generally eventually catch up. All right, so let's take a look here. So what is Spirit trying to tell me? Just re-highlight this so I can make sure I am where I am. So it's interesting here. You do have like this very much these endings. I guess I can. You want to see the cards? Oh my goodness. So you have the world card and the full card, which the world card here is the last card in the major arcana, and this is the first card at 0. So this is ending of major cycles and new beginnings coming into your life. And the Ace of Swords comes in here, which is about connecting to higher truths that are rooted in unconditional love, that allows you to cut away small t truths that are kind of webbing you in and making you feel trapped, etc. And so I feel like your mind and your in spirit and your dreams are bringing you into this place of showing you the stress of a situation, and that you're ready to move beyond it. Like you're just kind of sick and tired of feeling a certain way. So your dreams are unfolding to try to present it in that way. And they will bring in all these characters that you feel safe with, unf- um, that will unfold the story for you. But these are all really different forms of you in this dream. So even though it's like, oh, my mother was in the dream, no, that's you in a motherly role. And then, well, then there was this jerk that was, and it's like, well, that was the jerk in me making its appearance. Like all these characters in this dream were you, just in different form, for you to be able to interact with yourself, right? And you have the Four of Swords here, which the Four of Swords is peace of mind, and this is the goal of the dreaming and the where they're having you go here, because the normally, where's the other sword? Oh, well, they have it. They have it killing the monster. So you have the 3 swords here, which are the 3 of swords is normally the heartbreak and the disappointment card. Normally has a heart with 3 swords stuck in it, blood and all that kind of stuff. And that represents all the thoughts and the beliefs, our small t truths, the fear we have of losing a conditional love in the human world, all the supposed tos and those should and those need tos and those have tos and those musts, overwhelming and always resulting in disappointment because they contradict one another and they're so extreme. No one can ever live up to all these expectations. And that's why we slay the monster, the emotional monsters that are going on inside of us. Ace of Swords, which you have here, so you slay the monster in your dreams. So this is what they are looking at here. Whatever this situation is, they're just having you play all these parts, um, and so that but they're presenting them in individuals that you feel safe with, that can really represent in your mind the different points of view and the different areas of it to help you work through that. So I feel like that's what the main theme, the moral of the story of the fairy tale of the monster and the slaying of the beast. Um, Going in. So that's what they're mentioning there. If that's not enough, definitely hit me up. Um, and if you feel okay telling me the rest of the dream, I'll do the dream interpretation and let you know what each of the different ins and outs and stuff mean with it. So, but that's what they have for you right now, Kaylee. So many blessings to you. All right, Anna, you are up next. And then June 333, you will be up after that. So, Anna, what are Doug's current feelings about you? Let's take a look here. I'm going to switch up cards and we are going to go to the Sun and Moon Tarot. All right. So, what are Doug's current feelings towards you? Oh, itchy nose. Uh-oh, what does that mean? I know, is it a itchy palm means you're getting money? What's the nose? Itchy nose. What does that mean? Something. No. Let's take a look here. All right. This isn't bad. So we've got the judgment card, which is double endings and double new beginnings. And I feel like this is how your guys' feelings have come to pass. I almost feel like maybe you guys knew each other before, and maybe you were both in relationships and then double ends in double new beginnings, and then you guys were bumped into each other. I'm not sure, something like that. Um, but you guys were, I don't know if you were freshly out of relationships, but close enough where you still had some stuff that was swaying around in there. And, but you were able to, it's like almost like with this Four of Wands, which is um, the stabilization. The wand is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. And I love how this almost looks like the Wheel of Fortune, how fated events turned. And this can be a wedding card too, and it's like, oh, maybe you guys met at a wedding. I don't know. It's like this kind of fated thing happened where you guys bumped into one another, but it brought some stabilization in from what was happening before. I feel like you guys came out of some kind of just really icky relationships, and you guys were still kind of, like I said, swirling, but then you bumped into each other and suddenly I don't know if you ever watched True Blood, but they're showing me when Sookie first met Bill the vampire, because she was a waitress she had these empathic abilities where she heard everyone's thoughts. And I don't know if she felt emotions. I think it was just mainly she heard all the voices in her head. But when she touched him, it like got quiet. And I kind of feel like that's what happened here with you guys bumping into one another. And so it really brought you guys together fast because of the calm that it seemed to bring in your guys' life, right? And so I kind of feel like that's where you guys um were hanging out there. His feelings, I mean, he's got the Queen of Pentacles here. He sees you as someone mother nature, mother nurture, right? Mother, no, just nurturing, like this nurturing capacity. And then the Nine of Pentacles is he sees you someone as that really you get it. You get your this inner strength and you really are able to stand strong. And I feel like that's one of the things again that really helped is this grounding type of energy that you had that allowed you to help calm the storm within them. And but at the same time he also sees you as kind of a brainiac. No, I'm just kidding. Someone who is very much can go into their head though, but you're very intelligent. You know a lot of things, but sometimes you will go up into your mind and your thinking and your mindsets and the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos, because the king of um, swords not only rules over air, but all the kings are given another portion of air. So talk about a lot of mind, and you get up into your mind, which I don't feel is a negative thing. Again, I feel like they're like you know your stuff, you're very grounded, and I feel like that is a lot of stuff that helped, because I feel like you gave them a lot of advice about that, recovering from the past relationship, because I feel like they had financial stuff and they just were so enmeshed. It's like, so in so much debt, and it would be like you knew bankruptcy law or something, and you were telling him, well, you can do this and this and this, and that can do that. And you were like kind of, because of all that information, you're able to guide him in different ways. And he liked that too. So, I didn't, the Two of Cups is there. And so there is that emotion, that connection. But I kind of feel like that's what they like. And if it hasn't gone into this, um, romantic, deep romantic stuff, I feel like, uh, it's not time for it to be so deep, because I feel like you guys are still kind of getting over some of that other stuff, and so it's a weird combination of, recovering, but helping each other, but then there's new interest in each other, and then, but where's it going to head? And we're recovering, but it's almost like kind of in a loop. Is kind of what I feel like, and it's like, when's the loop going to break so, to leave the past and move forward into something else? So that's what I feel with that. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Right, June, you are up, and you're very welcome, Jessica. And then Shruti Kumari, you will be up. Actually, you ask your question a little further down. You'll be after Cynthia and Verinda. Sorry. All right. So, June, how will your son, 12 years old, seventh grade, do this quarter in school? Last quarter, oh, it was tough. All right. Well, let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on with this poor prepubescent. I know I'm trying to think back when I was 12. I'm like, oh my God, what? I would never want to go back to being 12. Not even if you paid me $1 million. Such a confusing time in life. All these emotions, all these things that are popping in, emotions and mental stuff, and everyone trying to fit in. And oh my God, I can't imagine being a teenager these days with all the social media. We just need to give them as much love as we can. Well, I do like this for him for this quarter, because it's the Fool card is here, which is like an ending of an old cycle and a new beginning. I feel like they're really stepping into themselves. So I kind of feel like maybe they, whatever was going on this last quarter, it just kind of threw them for a loop, and I feel like they're really doubling down, because they got the 2 of Wands. Think they're realizing really whatever they focus on is what grows and expands, and they are maturing very fast and knowing that, when I focused on that person and that relationship and these things that happened, it just threw me for a loop, and I'm not going to allow that to happen to me this now. Because you have the 9 of Pentacles too, which is really about zeroing down and getting into themselves. The pentacles is very grounding earth energy, and they are kind of to themselves a little bit. The 9 is the hermit's journey, but I feel like they're really understanding their worth in a very different way than they had before. So something's triggering, and I like that it says gain up here at the top if it'll focus. Maybe, but that's what it says. Squint your eyes and you'll be able to see it. It does say gain. I don't know why it's not focusing. But you also have the 3 of Cups, which is celebration and joy, which I like. Again, it's a very good card to have with the question. And the King of Wands came flying out too, which shows him really embracing his power and riding that unicorn. So it's really him stepping into his power and understanding who he is. So I really like that. I feel like it's going to be a better quarter than last, and then the next one even more, because he's just really stepping into who he is and what he wants, and um, feeling more secure. So maybe he found a good friend that is supportive of him. Where I almost feel like last quarter maybe he lost a friend or something, but I feel like he's either the friend came back or they whatever misunderstanding they had. There's something that just feels very solid that's come back for him. So I like it for him. So many blessings. Give him all the love you can, but it's like a cat, right? Cats, cats go pay attention to me, or what is it? Pet me with your eyes. Don't touch me. Love me, but don't touch me. I, I'm a. It's like treating them like a young adult, really as well. And I know it's hard when you're so used to them being babies and having to do so much for them, but they're at the age now where they're really wanting to be treated like a young adult. Though I know it's like, but they don't act like it, but it's like you treat them like a young adult first, and then they move into it. And you start allowing them to make decisions and choices for themselves. And you start asking them, instead of it being about, well, I want this for your life. It's like, what do you want for your life? What do you want to do? Here, I'm making all these decisions for you, but you're becoming a young man, and I want you to start to be able to look and see what you want. And then they're like, What? Suddenly, they want your opinion. They want to ask things, but I feel like there's this change happening. So that's what they have for you, June. So many blessings. All right, Shruti Kumari, you are up, and then Cynthia Brito, you'll be up after that. I'm sorry, Shruti, I did it to you again. I so apologize. I see you ask your question here after Cynthia and Brenda. All right, so Cynthia, you are up, then Brenda, and then Shruti. Okay. So Cynthia, will you have any love interest this year? Let's take a look here. What's Cynthia? So 2, 2, and 2. Let's see what this is about. Okay, they want me to look at all 3 of them first, so let me do that. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So they start off here with you really looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about relationship, about love. And look at what of your own thoughts and your own beliefs and mindsets have kept you, that stole love from you in your mind, that restricted you and made you feel small, and what kept you from being your authentic self. Because the Three of Pentacles here is all about um, being pulled off the path of you being you because you felt like someone wasn't going to like it and reject you, or blah blah blah, type of stuff, or that someone that was supporting you, if you weren't who you thought they wanted you to be, they'd stop supporting you as well. And so I kind of feel like you went into your shell and you dim light, and it's like no more. They want you to look at what of your own thoughts and beliefs around those situations made you feel you had to do that, or that you were supposed to do that, because they're like, girl, you're it's like your guides are being all sassy. They're like, girl, you do not need to be that way. They are getting all snappy on you in a very loving and full funny way, but they're like, girl, you don't need to do that anymore, because look at you. Look at you here. You got the wish fulfillment coming your way. You got the 10 of Pentacles, the abundance and overflowing. They're like, you deserve this for just being you, not having to do things to meet this. They're like, this is, you deserve this, and this person deserves this. You, the real, authentic, true you, not someone that's being um, forced, to walk on eggshells. It's like someone that is, you're forced not to shine because it makes them feel bad about themselves. It's like you come home and you're like, I got a promotion. And they're like, why do I ever get promotions? My job sucks. And I don't know why I'm not this and I'm not that. And you're like, for the love of God, can you just be happy for me and not make it about you? And that's what they are wanting for you. And it's coming fast here. I really feel here, whatever this ending of an old cycle and a new beginning is coming in here, it's coming here with a lot of energy and a lot of passion coming in. So this is coming quickly. This new beginning, this new cycle is coming in. So I like it for you. So I feel like it definitely, with that Eight of Wands and the full card and all that, that I feel like it will be sparked before the end of the year. Because but the more you work on those Seven of Swords, about your thoughts and beliefs about your um, being your authentic self, important piece. If that's not done, then no, it's going to load. But they're saying if you do this, but if you don't do it, then it's just going to continue to draw in what you drew in before based on the beliefs that you have. So that's what they have for you. I like it. They are very sassy. Girl. That's funny. So many blessings to you, Cynthia. That's what they have. Right, Brenda, you are up next. And then Shriti Kumari. I'm not teasing you this time. You really are after Brenda. All right, let me just take a drink here. So, does he come into your daughter's dreams? Let's take a look here. Yeah, he comes into your dreams too. Here he is, the emperor, the father coming in here. And he does have the both the Five of the Wands and the Queen of Wands in here, which I feel is, this is energy, this is spiritual energy. And again, the Queen of Wands and the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is what feels like um conflict, but then it transforms into love. And I feel like with the dreams that he's coming in, he hasn't I don't feel like he's come into her dreams as himself necessarily. I feel like he comes in these roles because he knows when's the right time for him to appear as him in the dreams because um, we humans that are left here, um, when things are raw, them showing themselves just pour salt on the wound. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if there's enough healing when they appear, it helps. It's like putting a salve on the wound and helps it heal more. So they know when is the time to appear in the dream, um, and I feel like it's been long enough where he maybe just recently started to appear in uh, flashes of here and there. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, here's the nightmare and insomnia card, and all this expectations and pressure and fears that are having there. And I kind of felt that with one of the other cards too, that there was kind of like nightmarish to it. Well, that was the five of the wands, where it's like it starts off feeling, and I just kind of feel like there's a lot of, oh, okay. So there's a lot of tension going on. And she is very intuitive. And mama, you try to hide your feelings and some stuff, but she picks it up. She knows everything that's going on. And so she's holding on to a lot of the stress, a lot of the conflict that's going on around you and the family and everything else. And so I feel like she doesn't get a lot of good sleep. Like, she wakes up a lot, and I don't know, and that's what he was telling me, was that there's not as much opportunity to get into your guys' dreams because you're not allowing yourself to truly sleep. And I don't know if you've gotten away yet. I kind of feel like before he was like, "You guys need to get away from it all," whether it's just a couple days away from everything to where it's just you get to just be quiet, away from all the chaos. And I feel like you guys would be like sleeping and taking naps and resting, and that's he'll start to come in more and more into your dreams when you guys get actual rest. So something to think about there. But that's what they have for you, Rinda. Much love from him to both of you, of course. Many blessings. All right. So Shruti, finally, I know. And then Red, you'll be up next. So Shruti, current feelings of Kush and when the reconciliation will happen. So let's take a look here. All right. Almost. Just getting one more card, I think. Okay. Okay. So what I'm picking up here, the current feelings, I mean, there's heartbreak and disappointments on both sides, obviously, but we're focusing on his feelings. And so, there was heartbreak, there's disappointments. It's like they were felt like they were constantly being disappointing. And the 6 of Pentacles here is my codependency awareness card, which with the combination of these two cards, it tells me that like you were raised to be an overgiver because you had to do so much when you were younger to get any attention, and you had to do extremes and like give 1,000 of something to get one back. It was so extreme, right? That's the way you felt, like with school, with everything. You just have to feel you have to overgive to deserve a little. And with your relationship here with Kush, it was the same, but you felt you had to overgive and you wouldn't let him give a whole lot. Um, but then what he did give wasn't enough. And that's what happens in codependent relationships. I know I'm a recovering enabler in codependent relationships. So, you would give and give and give until you're exhausted and give and give and give even more until you're resentful, not allowing him to give because it freaks us out when people give to us. And then they give somewhere else and they either workaholic or um, affairs or working out or hobby or their friends, but it's not to you. And it's because we taught them to, but at the same time, we're like, but I want it, but I won't let you give it to me. I want you to offer, but I won't accept it, but I want you to give it to me. And so there's all this disappointment that they felt with all of that. And so that's why I feel like the departure happened because they felt that it was up to them. They had to take control of their life to make sure that they were able to feel this emotional fulfillment like they did before. That's what kind of sent them in this direction to do whatever that they did um, to try to feel like they were able to give and like they were worth something. I feel like the 6 of Cups is someone from the past came into his life right now, and that with this 3 of Cups, this does show me there's joy here, and look at the eyes, they're seeing things through this, looking into the past, and this 3 of Cups is about 3 people, as well, which is telling me that they have their, heart set on someone from their past that's come back into their life. And so with these cards together, I feel like the mirrors were all there for a reason for both of you, and that mirror has done its job, and that this flexion for you allows you to set yourself free from all those codependent tendencies, at least awareness of them. Like I said, I'm recovering, which means I always just, it's like almost being like an alcoholic in a way. I have to be careful of my overgiving because I will, even with this channel, I will go 3, 4 hours because I feel I need to overgive and that I want to give to so many people and I have to balance. And so I have to watch it all the time. But it's the awareness of it going, oh, here I go, simmer down, But I feel like this is going to be, you guys were removed out of each other's life for a reason. Um, you've done what you need to do in each other's life, but the next stage, the next relationship that will come for you is going to be so much more in alignment for who you are wanting to be in this life to be able to do. But it's also requiring you to look into that. Why do I feel I have to overgive? What from my past can I heal? And can I, go back to my small child self? It's usually going to be something around 7 years old or younger of that emotional lesson that we were taught about those things. And then we realize, there is where it is. Then you, as the powerful adult you are now, gets to embrace your small child self and heal that and transform it to where it stops being a ripple. It stops being such a strong tendency and power in your life. But that's what they have for you, Shruti. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. I know it's kind of raw when it happens, but when you can see the future and you can see how much more peaceful and loving and beautiful it is, it helps. So hang in there. All right, Red, you are up next. And Deidre Montez, you will be up after that. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've given the video here. I really, really appreciate it. It does help out the channel. It helps spread the Zen love to the world. So thank you for being a part of spreading that love. All right, Red. So you say, will your ex-husband take you to court to change the custody arrangement? All right, let's take a look here. So Aries and a Gemini. That must have been frustrating for you. All right, let's take a look here. Will he take you back to court? I don't think so. I mean, we've got the Princess of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles, which is like in his life, new opportunities are coming up. And it's almost like regarding love. And it comes in fast here with the Knight of Wands too. So there's this passion and this fiery stuff that comes in here, which I feel, um, the Six of Pentacles here, he sees that the balancing of the outside world, and he realizes with all of this new love that comes into his life, even though he does love his son, they also are like, you know what, this is working okay because I get to see him, but I get to also have all this other activity in my life, and I kind of feel like that whatever this comes in here, it just keeps him from doing that, which is very much Aries, right? But yeah, I feel like for you, it's success. It's like um, things remain balanced as they are right now. Um, but yeah, that's what I feel. With that there is this other interest come in, and there's new opportunities that make him realize he has it pretty good, that he gets to see him, but he doesn't have to do all the work. Isn't that right? You're like, bingo. So that's what I feel read. So that's what the message they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, Deidre, you are up. And then Sudeshma Ghosh, you are up after that. So, Deidre, I am well. I'm well now. I was a little earlier when the sound wasn't working and I was playing IT guy. I went into task mode and out of spirit mode. But thankfully I'm back. So thank you. Um, General reading, absolutely. And I do want to go to these Sacred Destiny Oracle here for you. Let's see what they have here for you. For Deidre, please. All right. You've got focus. Beautiful. Snowcat. Let's see what message comes with that for you. So it's the Snowy Mountain Peak, and it says mountains traditionally represent transcendence and spiritual evolution. They also symbolize rising above mundane situations and reaching greater heights. The snow at the peak represents pristine clarity. Mountain peaks are often the destination of spiritual pilgrimages, and many cultures believe that the tops of mountains were the resting points of the gods and celestial beings. This card brings in the message saying, what you focus on is what you pull to you. So put your attention on that which is worthwhile. Concentrate on one desire. Direct your intent to one thing rather than being scattered in many directions. When your thoughts and actions are unfocused, it dilutes and diminishes your forward movement. It is much easier to gain results when you are concentrating on one path. Gather your inner resources and with intensity and passion, go forward and upward, and you'll see results. This is also a card of spiritual transcendence and traveling to higher realms. So stay focused as you elevate your higher consciousness. You are close to heavenly realms. I like it. So definitely the message of focus and bring it all that energy into one. I feel like the Queen of Wands energy coming in because she very much has the black cat, which connects her to the higher realms, as well as um, has that fire, that drive, that focus. She gets things done because she can laser focus her energy. Yeah, and you definitely have a new beginning. The full card with the ending of old cycles and a new beginning of a new adventure, and an ace of swords. Almost like this is singular in thought with that there. So I like it for you, Deidre. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you this evening. All right, Sudeshma Ghosh, you are up. And then Mars, you will be up after that. So what is coming for you in love for the rest of 2022? Let's take a look. Let's take a quick drink here. So, okay. Thank you. Okay. I like it. I like it. It starts off here. I know looking a little glum, but this is all right because this is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, expectations around relationships that have kept you down, that have kept you feeling um, like stealing relationship because of all these expectations that were put upon you in your life, right? That we're all taught, and we don't know any better when we're younger. All children do it. We're just poured all these opinions of how things should be and are supposed to be and need to be and have to be and must be. And we're just like, okay, okay. We keep on getting them all. And then it impacts you because all this restriction makes the path very, very hard to find the relationship that meets everyone's expectations, right? Even though there's all this opportunity out here and all this opportunity out here, we're like, nope, I have to be in here. But if we look at those expectations and cleared those away, which is the Four of Swords for you, which is having a truce, as it says at the top of the card there, with your mind and your mindsets and your attitudes, then um, you do open up more. You have this peace of mind and you allow things to outside of all those expectations, those that cage that you had yourself in, come in. And then you have the power of your choice that comes. It is a movement. So you do have love movement that begins this year as long as you do the clearing of those expectations. And your power of choice comes in because you realize that no matter what is unfolding in your life, you get to choose what story you apply to it. That's what these are all these stories that you're applying to things and situations and people. But you realize you get to change your story. You get to choose how you want to feel as you go through anything. And so this power really comes in for you, which brings you the Wheel of Fortune coming in, which is a fantastic card to get because it's the ending and the new beginning. It's things as they are end, and you start to change, and things start to move forward, with that chariot, especially being movement and victory, that it starts to happen. But the biggest thing is to look at those expectations and how many restrictions there are that you have on yourself, that you have on others, on who they're supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be, and relationships supposed to be. And it's really allowing yourself a more open mind, and a peaceful mind comes with that. And a powerful mind and a powerful energy comes in with all of that as well. I like that for you, Sadeshma Ghosh. So very blessings to you. All right, Mars, you are up. And then Rhonda, you are up next. Very good. And so, Mars, how does X feel about you? I don't know why I went back to math, suddenly algebra, solving for X and X and Y equals blah, blah, blah. Are you a math teacher? All right. So, how does X feel about you? Let's take a look here. What else, please? All right. So they are very caught up in their mind too. I shuffled and this card came flying out, but with the King of Swords, which is good. This is a good combination because this means they had these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that have stole love from them before, but they are in pursuit of seeing things from a higher perspective. With this, the king carries the Ace of Swords, which allows them to connect to the higher realms, allows them to see things from a higher perspective and cut away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve them. So I like that this interaction that you're having with them is allowing them to see those things, see those beliefs, and to go, when I did what I always did, I got that, and that's not what I want. I want something different. And so they're cutting away these things. So there's that almost mental confusion or this mental challenging going on right now around that, which also brings in the 7 of Cups, which the 7 of Cups is emotional confusion. And you can see there's all this um, interaction. I feel like there's a lot of maybe passion or fire within them about you, which makes them confused about um, what they want, and they just have all these different thoughts that are just they have all those different thoughts with that, 7 of Swords, and they have all these different emotions too. So I almost feel like they're in this whirlwind of what's going on with them. And and it is the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups has the 3 of Cups that they were bored with in the outside world. So the love they experienced before really pooped out and they didn't feel fulfilled in it, but they feel like they're being offered a higher love, a different love now, because you can see these are the ones they had before that they have, and they're like, yeah, I'm not really impressed with it, but here's this new love that's coming in that is making them see things from a different point of view and seeing that there might be more. So they might be spending a lot of time um, in their high tempo, which means they might be stepping away a lot or they might be quiet. If I don't feel like you guys live together, but if you notice that they're spending more quiet time, they're doing a lot of reflection, looking behind the veil and connecting upward and downward and trying to understand these things and really sort them out. So they might even be like a Pisces or a Cancer or a Scorpio, or have a lot of water in their chart because they're doing a lot of deep diving thinking and reflection. But it turns out good here because you do also end up with the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune also made itself. I like put all the cards back in separate spots and then shuffle, and then sometimes the same cards come out. It's like, oh, here we go. So it is the ending of an old cycle, and whatever's going on, and it's for you that it turns. So I feel like they are working through those things and making progress. Um, but they definitely have emotion for you because it's uh, they don't. I mean, they want it so much, then they don't want it to be like the past, and so they're kind of revisiting all the stuff of the past to try to make sure that they don't repeat the same things that got them what they got before, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, Mars. So many blessings for you. All right, Rhonda, you are up. Hey, Kashik. All right, Christy, glad that that resonated. All right, Kathy. Okay, perfect. Kathy, you put your message down there. That's great. All right. So after Rhonda, we'll be Akashic. So there we go. So let's take a look here. I am doing well. Thank you. I'm glad you are okay. You're wondering what keeps Rex from coming together with you. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, let's see what Spirit has to say. I do want to switch up cards here. We're going to go to the Tarot of the Divine. All right. So, what's up with Rex? What's up with Rex? What's keeping him from coming together with you first? Okay. All right. And will he be coming towards you? Okay. So let me answer that first because that makes sense to do that. So when I asked, will he be coming towards you? It's like Two of Swords. Well, he's in the decision making mode. And you're like, duh, it's been like forever. But he's going back between his heart and his mind, his heart and his mind, his heart and his mind. And so it's just it feels like it's like looping, right? When a page is loading and it's like you see the little circle going, it's like loading, loading, loading. You're like, come on. But he is looking to for stability. The Emperor's 4, which is a very stable number. But he's really looking to take control of his power and then make the decision. So, especially the Ace of Swords, this huge Ace of Swords he has here is like what he's looking to make this major decision and to do this, right? Which the Hierophant comes in, which is the card of commitment, among other things. But I really feel like this decision for commitment is what he's going back and forth in his mind about. And with these cards here, it's like I'm feeling like this is a positiveness here. Let me just, whoa, let me just verify. Did I think that, uh, did you see that pop up over here? It was like, whoa, wow. Yeah. So there's new communication and new passion, new energy coming in. So he definitely is going to be making the decision here. And with all of that passion there, I feel like that it is an affirmative for me there. Um, yeah, yeah, and Knight of Wands, which is good. So you're like, yay, you want to see this because the Knight of Wands is fast coming decision and information. So though it feels like it's been taking forever, um, it's happening because he's been looping, he's been thinking, and so what's been keeping him from you is um, his human. What's been keeping him as the human is going back and forth and making sure that it's what they want in their heart and their mind and everything and okay and going back and forth and double checking and triple checking. But why it's been happening for you is a completely different story because spirit is the one that's been having the slowness here because you got the temperance card, which is balance and patience. And you also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is it's the what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The frickin' fruit. But it's like, how long does it take for it to go there? Quite a while because, the seed has to become a seedling and it has to have its roots grow, and then the trunk grows, and then the branches grow, and then the leaves grow, and then the blossoms, and then the fruit. And it's like, finally. But the reason why it's taking long is because they're wanting you to look at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been making you feel blinded and bound and trapped around relationships and love, because these are the things that are keeping you also from loving yourself in a deeper way, because they want it to match. They want your energies and your love vibration to match, so that it is this nice experience for you. Whereas if we keep our energy where we're at, we attract what we had before, right? So I love the energy that comes in with um, the reflecting and growing your self love and looking at what these thoughts and beliefs and expectations around relationship, what they are to be, right? And so I love this pause that's happening for you, and while they're having him loop and work on him so that he raises his vibration, as you both work on your inner self, it starts speeding up the movie. It starts speeding up the life. Starts doing a one of those still, the still life photography where they show over time it goes faster and faster and faster. That's what happens when we work on the inner part. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you, Rhonda. All right. So Akashic, you are up. Let me just see where we're at here. There we are. Thank you, Rhonda, for helping out Kathy. Hey, Jalen. You're welcome. Double, triple, quadruple X. All right. So, Kathy, you will be up after Akashic. So, Akashic, will you ever get the fair share of your inheritance as your parents gave too much to your elder brother and deprived you? All right. Let's take a look here and see. Actually, I want to go to the good tarot here. All right. Let's see what we got here. So you do have the 10 of air that came in here, which is the 10 of swords. And 10 of swords is about, usually they'll have someone like laying on their stomach with 10 swords stuck in their back. And it is about being exhausted of all the expectations, all the things you're trying to live up to inside your head, all the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets, all the expectations, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos. And they just been consuming so much, you're like at your wits end, like you're just like ready to give up. And that is the place to be, because that is where your freedom comes. Because when you have all these beliefs of, I should have had all that inheritance, I should have had a half, I should have had this, should have had that, and then it doesn't happen, we face the disappointment, we face all this stuff. And when we realize that everything that happens in our life happens for us and not to us, we can change the energy of that. And that's where you're at, the endings and new beginnings with that 10 of swords, where you can look at life in a different way. And you have the 2 of air, the 2 of swords, which is about you're being at a decision point in your life. Do I want to continue to have all these pressure of all that's supposed to in my head, or am I going to close my eyes and see more clearly with my heart and go, okay, if my parents, that was their decision for that, then, and I knew this before I came down here, because we see before we come down into our soul all the fated events that are going to happen throughout the life, and we're like, are you okay with that? Sign here. We sign there because we wanted that. And I know it sounds weird. It's like I felt like when I was growing up, I felt very alone and abandoned when I was younger growing up because it was life. My dad was trying to make his business, and so he was gone a lot. My mom was playing dad and mom and working a lot here and there too. And my brother had his life. And so, as the little youngster, it's like you feel like that. And we can definitely look at it from this happened to me, and I did for a while. I felt very much a victim of my life. I was like, I was abandoned and I was neglected. And even though they made sure I had food and, stuff that I needed this and that, and I didn't get it. And, you know, when I realized later, when I look back at my life and I'm like, why, like, where I was headed with that was like, instead of going, why, this happened to me, I asked myself, why did I want this, to experience this in this life? What did it do for me? And who did it help me become? And it made me grow up very fast, very early, and become independent and not depend upon family and this and that and whatever. It made me very independent, and I felt very strong from it. And so I am spirit's asking you to kind of look at this with, why would I have wanted, m- you know, to experience this, that I wouldn't get this much and that my elder brother would get all of this. And then it's funny, when I was talking about strong, you actually have your strength card here. And you can ask yourself, why? And look how strong, how much stronger and stronger and stronger you get to become, where you weren't given that, and that you earn this other living and you change your energy and you grow in a different way where you'll have all this energy that you'll focus, and you'll be even have more than your brother was able to have because he was given stuff to him. You have the confidence, you have the courage to be able to stand up and do things on your own because you didn't get the support, you didn't get those things. And then you get to feel that strength and feel that security within yourself instead of money, which we all know money, the financial market of the entire world. Who knows tomorrow with everything that's going on in the world? Money could just be worthless anyway. But you'll have what you've learned and what you've been able to grow within yourself. It also represents connection to your higher self. This is your human self, hungering and thirsting in the outside world for your fulfillment, not getting it, because as you eat of relationships and situations and things, we end up feeling um, still hungry, still thirsty. But it's our higher self that really brings us our fulfillment, because what we're thirsting for is the unconditional love of the higher realms. And our higher self is made of unconditional love. And so it's able to come down here and bring us what we're really looking for. And so this possibly can consider that you wanted this to happen to you so that you would be displeased and disappointed in the outside world enough where you eventually turn inward and upward to find what you're really searching for, something that that money would never be able to give you, and that you wanted this and you asked for it on purpose to happen to do that. So something to consider. But that's what they have for you here. I don't feel like, will you ever get your fair share? I feel like your higher self is like, I gave you the share that I wanted you to have during this life for that purpose. Yeah, because you have the four of the Four of Air, the Four of Swords coming in, which is about, again, peace of mind, getting peace of mind, letting go of the expectations, those supposed tos, those shoulds, those need tos, brings you that peace of mind. Letting go of all those expectations, it frees you. It's like forgiving your parents, releasing your parents from your wrath, releasing your brother from your wrath of not living up to your expectations of what you thought was supposed to happen, and go, you know what? I've invested enough of my energy in all of that, and I'm taking that energy back, and I'm going to invest it in me, and I'm going to invest it in my future, and you're going to make things happen. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Akashic. Many blessings to you. All right, Kathy Seal, you are up. You are very welcome, Deidre. Rhonda, I know. I feel very blessed to have the voice that I do. I have had people tell me a lot, uh, probably in the last decade. I fall asleep to your readings, and I'm like, at first I was a little offended. My readings put you to sleep, and they're like, your voice is so calming, it just allows me to fall asleep. And I'm like, I do have on my list to do a sleep meditation, like do an 8 to 10 hour one where it repeats some stuff, but it's just an I am love meditation that I do. So hopefully I'll work on that, and that'll be something you guys can enjoy. All right, back on track, Kathy. We're in your reading. So, what will the next time you see Pal be like? She's your cousin. Okay, let's take a look here. So, what will the next time be when you see your cousin? Okay, let's take a look and see what they'd like you to know. All right, let's see what's happening here. So the first card that came out is the full card, which is the 0, which is a new beginning coming. So I like this because it means something new is coming here that will bring you the ability where you will see your cousin. So I'm not sure. We'll take a look here, because this Page of Fire is all about new passion, new energy coming in too. So there's something that's happening, maybe within the family. I don't know, a birth or a wedding or something, where it's going to be announced here very soon, with this fiery energy coming in here. So I feel like there's gonna be a gathering of some sort where everyone's invited together for this grand celebration, and then that's when, everyone's coming together, you know? I don't know if you guys are living in separate cities, but I feel like everyone's being brought together to one location, so everyone travels, where, like, traveling to each other is a very long distance, but you guys are gonna be meeting at a place more central, with it. So I feel like there's a celebration coming. Um, the Seven of Earth was showing that it's been a while, and that there has been time waiting for the fruit to happen and to be able to see them again. And this is the time, the season is coming. Especially that Page of Fire, I feel it's faster. It's more sooner than later that this will happen. And the Three of Earth here, the Three of Pentacles, is coming in too. And the Three of Pentacles is normally about being true to your authentic self too. So I really feel like with this coming in here, um, it's important for you to be true to you. Don't listen to other people's opinions of the being afraid of what people will say, blah, 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 or that you're gonna lose someone's support or whatever. It's like, be you. Like, I feel like people are like, well, no, no, you don't need to go to that, or you don't need to do this. And you're like, no, I'm going. And it's like, Go, do it. Be your authentic self. Go attend the event so you can go see your cousin. And I feel like just really stay true to you and don't let people sway you off of it. Don't let them talk you out of it. But I like that. So it is coming up, like I said, very sooner than later. So whatever this event is, it's either a wedding or it's something significant that brings like a lot of the family together. I don't think it's someone passing. I feel like it's newness, but um, but it is a new something new that's beginning, and that's what's bringing everyone together. So I like it for you, Kathy. So many blessings to you. All right. I love you guys. You guys are so kind to me. Thank you. All right, Anjali, you are up. And then ART, you are up after that. All right. So Anjali, you want to ask fortune card reading for your upcoming future. All right. Let's take a look here and see what is headed your way as far as fortune. So let's take a look here, Anjali. Well, okay. All right. All of those. Okay. Okay. They're not as many. They're just big cards. They thought was like well, a bunch, but there's only six. All right. Let me see what these other ones are here. So you've got the Four of Swords, which is about peace of mind, which comes from really looking at things from a higher perspective and cutting away old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets there. Um, because you also have the Three of Earth, which again is the Three of Pentacles that I put in there and came flying right back out. And it is the about staying true to your authentic self and not looking into like all the expectations of the outside world. Kind of feel like there's this um the fortune desires and your expectations in your mind come from the past, and I don't know if it's really truly what is within you, what you truly care about is kind of what I'm feeling from these cards, because you also got a second group of swords, like thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and the earth, which is the pentacles suit, the coins normally suit the outside. And this is the Five of Earth. And the King of Air, the King of Swords, goes into their mind and they have the Ace of Swords, and that allows them, like the Four of Swords, to cut away old thoughts and old beliefs and old mindsets and see things from that higher perspective and really look at the expectations that they have. And the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Earth, is about a change. Five is the number of change of your perception on where your wealth comes from. Does it come from mankind? Maybe. Or maybe all of our sustenance comes from up above, comes from a source that has endless resources, and then they always have unconditional love for us. They have eternal love for us, so they won't be fickle like humans are, where when you don't do what they want you to do and they get mad, they pull back their support from you. It's unconditional. We never get on their bad side. They love us so much that they want to give us what we need in this moment and even some future moments. And so it's this beautiful transformation of how you look at your desires, how you look at what you want to do, and then it moves um, inward and upward. And we don't look so much that we just know these human beings are the delivering company, that like FedEx that bring us things, but they're not the ones that are supplying it. They just happen to be who's bringing it to us sometimes. So I love that because you also have the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Air, which is exhausting trying to live up to all these expectations of fortune in the outside world, right? All the supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be can be exhausting trying to have all of that because we feel like when I get all that, then I can feel secure and happy and enjoy my life. But when we live for the future of I'll be happy when, we never will be happy because there will always be something new. The carrot gets moved on the stick, right? The carrot on the stick gets moved and moved and moved and moved. But when we're able to go inward and upward and find that solidity through that Five of Pentacles, then we have this beautiful being happy in this moment. And then everything is abundance because we find out we have everything we need inside us instead. Which brings you to your final card, the Four of Cups, the Four of Water, which the three cups of the outside world, relationships, situations, things, money, finances, our bodies, all those cups, we drink of it, but they're bland. They don't bring us the fulfillment. They don't quench our thirst. It's the Ace of Cups from above, that chalice that's full of the unconditional love of the eternal world, that we take one drop of that and it fulfills us more than no matter how much we drank of the three cups of the outside world. So I really feel like they're telling you here about your transformation of how you look at things changes your fortune. And it's amazing how it works when we're looking to the outside world for our security and our fortune. We feel lack, which is what that Five of Pentacles is. It's the feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, feeling, that I'm lacking things in my life. But when we change that on the inside, then suddenly whatever is in the outside world is above and beyond and amazing because we're full on the inside. And then amazingly enough, we start getting more and more abundance that goes in the outside world because we see the world as we are, and our energy is what controls that. So if I feel I'm lacking on the inside, I'm going to lack on the outside. When I feel whole and complete and full on the inside, then suddenly I get all this fullness that comes into my life on the outside too. So we change the inside, change our outside, but because we change from the inside out, not the outside in. So wonderful message. I like that for you, Anjali. So many blessings to you. All right. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you gave the video. It just really helps my channel grow and it helps spread the Zen love to the world. And so thank you for being part of the tsunami of love that we send out. So thank you guys so much. All right. ART. I'm probably mispronouncing that. My apologies. And then Diamond, you'll be up after that. So, how will things improve between you and DeWalker? Okay, let's take a look here. Let me just shuffle this one more time. All right. So, will things improve between you and... Okay. So I do feel with the other cards that there is an opportunity for things to improve between you, but this is the crux of the what's happening here and why the um, whatever's happening in your life right now is happening because the Nine of Air, the Nine of Swords, it's called like the insomnia card or the nightmare card because all of these thoughts and these beliefs, these are all small t truths, which are the expectations of relationship and just overall expectations of you that you have on yourself in your life. And it is this the fear of losing conditional love, these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. And it's like almost like living in a nightmare. Like it's like I'm afraid at any moment that I'm going to do something, I'm going to lose them, I'm going to lose them, I'm going to lose them. And so all these fears are creating the energy, all these fears are being brought to you so that you can be set free. And I feel like because the seven of wands here, the seven of air, shows that, you know, you can be in this spot of being in a higher ground and where you don't fear people attacking your uh, you, that you don't feel like when people are um, wanting you to be miserable like them and they want you to come down and be where they're at. They're like, you can be in this higher place. You can be moved to this higher place, but it's these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that are keeping you at a lower place, you know, where you don't feel you deserve to be up there. And that's what's keeping things from moving forward. Because they're showing that if you will look at and balance, you know, here's the ace of swords here. And there's the scale here. Let me see if you can do it. Can kind of see it here. There you go. Much better picture. As you can see the scale there. It's the balancing out of your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. It's really allowing you to cut away these fears, because that's what these are, swords normally. It cuts away those small t truths and allows you to be free, and it balances out your life where it doesn't feel so lopsided and you don't realize that there's truths of unconditional love about yourself and your worth, which that's what happens when the scales balance out. And so they're saying to really look into your thoughts about your beliefs around yourself and what you're worthy of. And there might be some thoughts and up there that are keeping you from moving in that direction. Because once you have this rebirth in your life with the Empress card, new beginnings, rebirth. You have the 10 of Pentacles, which is all about abundance overflowing in the outside world. And so that's where improvement comes, where this rebirth and this new thing is, but it has to do with how you believe about yourself. And that's what's being reflected into your relationship. That's the mirror that they are being for you so that you can be set free from it all. And then once you're set free, there's just so much rebirth and new things that come into your life around that, including, you know, improvement in every relationship with everyone, including yourself and how you feel about yourself. So that's what they have for you, ART. So many blessings to you. All right, Diamond, you are up. And then Anya Ahuya, you'll be up after that. So, Diamond, the current feelings of a beer for you and the next action regarding this connection. All right, let's take a look here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Cards are getting wild. All right. Let's take a look here. So you've got those two, these two, and these two, and then you got this one. So let's see what this is about. Well, they want it to be a surprise for me, so we'll allow it. Living on the edge. Got the Fool card, which is ending of an old cycle and the beginning of something new. So let's take a look and see what that's about. Right? We want to know. So they're showing here first with this renewal, this new journey, and we're going to find out if this is regarding a beer, whether it's moving toward them or away from them. But you've got the Four of Earth, which is about it's the journey of understanding your worth as it relates to you, to the outside world. You know, when we look to relationships and situations and things to define our worth, we feel unstable because all those things are unstable. People change or they pass away. Situations never stay the same. And course, things in our bodies, bank accounts, all that deteriorates, blows up, stolen, whatever. It's not forever. All that instability points us inward and upward to where we do find our stability and the solidity of our worth and a love that's eternal and unconditional rather than all this temporary, conditional, fickle love on the outside world. And it's having you look here with the Seven of Swords into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that are stealing your joy, stealing the true love from your life. So, with this worth uh, kind of subject with that Four Pentacles, and then these thoughts and these beliefs that are stealing away your worth. This is like the first stage that they want you to look at because this will change your life. It'll end old cycles and it'll begin new things. Yeah. And then you have the Six of Fire, which represents victory. And you have the Messenger of Cups or water, which is the Knight of Cups. So there's this pursuit of love, this victory in pursuing love that comes from doing that work we talked about around your worth and understanding it and questioning, why do I believe this about myself? You know, let me search inward and upward and find something that's truly stable in your life, right? So that's what's coming. And then the last two cards here, let's take a look here. Yep. So balance comes in. You've got the Two of Earth, which is the Two of Pentacles, which is the balancing of the higher and the lower world, the balancing of things in your life. And you have the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords, which is balancing between heart and mind, upper and lower as well. So they really are bringing in this balance into your life that brings a different stability. The I like that messenger of water though, because that is telling you that when you do this, um, looking into your worth and looking into those mindsets, that it does change things between you because they're not really telling you about the feelings of them towards you because they are wanting you to focus on your feelings towards you because that's what changes everything and ignites this movement to where you find love on the inside, which allows you to see love more clearly on the outside. However you feel about yourself is the kind of electromagnetic um, magnetism that we uh, radiate from ourselves. And that's what draws that same thing to us. So, an example, what like when I used to feel very low about myself, I would attract mirrors to show me how low I felt about myself over and over and over again. And they were so kind to clearly show me what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it. But then as I changed on the inside, the mirrors changed and the individuals I would attract to me also changed. So that's what they want you to know right now regarding this connection with a beer. They're like, if this doesn't change, then it's will be different. But when you change this on the inside, then it takes it into this other beautiful, more loving place than where it is currently. So that's what they have for you, Diamond. So many blessings to you. All right. Take a look here. All right. So Anya Ahuya, when will Igor ask you out? All right. Let's take a look here. Well, I don't see fire here. You've got the three other elements. Fire is about movement. I don't see movement cards necessarily here yet. Because it looks like here with the Eight of Air, the Eight of Swords, that they're wanting to look at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that have been making you feel blinded and tied and uh, just compressed and small and caged, because this is what's keeping things from moving forward for you, because there are these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets about, the supposed do's and the shoulds and those expectations that are keeping things so constricted. It's not a lot. It's like, not allowing things to flow. But I love this for you because the eight is about you learning to flow with, what's happening, and you're releasing yourself. You're taking off the blindfold. You're freeing yourself from the binds and stepping outside the cage, which is going to allow things to flow. But things won't flow until you do that. But when you do have the three of water, the three of cups, which is about celebration and joy. So that comes and, you're able to do that with while being your authentic self instead of shrinking yourself and, with those eight of swords trying to be someone who you think someone else thinks you're supposed to be and blah blah blah. You get to stand up and just express who you are and feel celebration and joy around it, and then they see the authenticity and they're like, yes, instead of us trying to be who we think we think they should be, and blah, blah, blah. It's like all this pressure, it takes the wind out of a relationship sail. And so that's why there's this pause button that's been pushed for you to look at that. And as soon as you look at that and do those things, then that um, does change your relationship. It changes the progress that goes with that. So that's what they have for you, Anya Ahuya. Many blessings to you. All right. Let me take a look here. All right. Yeah, we have quite a bit going down. Now, I did want to make sure I haven't told everybody this momentarily here. So tonight's the last night, for the drawing for 10 1 hour, I'm going to be giving away 10. It's not like you get 10. I'm going to give away to 10 individuals one, uh, 1 hour personal recorded reading. And this is the, video that you can go watch to see how you can sign up for it, because we're going to give it until midnight tonight, which here is in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So here's the link to that video. So if you want to go check that out, and make sure you sign up, this evening, because I'll be cutting it off, and then I'll be announcing a winner every day for the next 10 days starting tomorrow. So if you would like to win one of those, or be at least be entered a drawing at a chance at winning one of those, check that out. And then also each week I do put out, um, weekly energy updates. And let me find that. I have it here. Here it is. And this gives you a chance to win a 30-minute free personal recorded reading. I'll be giving away one of those a week until the end of the year. And all you have to do is go in to one of the videos. There are 12, one for each individual zodiac sign. And you just have to watch the video and then comment on it. And you can watch more than one video too if you want to watch your sun sign, your air sign, your moon sign, whatever sign. As long as you watch the video, please, and then comment. And it can be a dot, it can be emoticon, it can be whatever, that will enter your name into the drawing. And then I close out the drawing on Saturday afternoon after my morning session. And then I do an announcement on Sundays. So that's also an opportunity to win that. And then I also have several other videos, available. I've been on for 2.5 hours, and so I'm going to call it a night tonight. I am on every evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. But I have a ton of recorded videos. So if you are needing a message tonight, please just follow your heart, check out the playlists, and see where spirit draws you, because I'm sure with them drawing you to a reading that there's going to be a message for you there with regarding the question that you're needing. So I did put out the, Sagittarius season, which starts here in a couple days. That's a new one that also came out today. So Many, many blessings to you guys, and I can't thank you enough just for all the love and all the support you give the channel and give me. I feel the love, and I appreciate you so much being a part of helping spread more love to the world because obviously there's a lot of need of it out there. I told everyone in the morning session this morning, I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, where probably over the national, international news was, we had a mass shooting actually just blocks away from where I live, and 5 people were killed, and many more were wounded. But in this day and age, it's like there's so much fear going on out in the outside world, and when people are in fear, we humans we do crazy, unloving, unkind, sometimes stupid things when we're in fear. And so the more love that we can spread to the world, the more it transforms it. And there's a great need for it in this day and age. So thank you guys so much for doing that and being a part of spreading that love. So I'm going to say good night tonight. And please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until we meet again, you guys hang in there, take care of yourselves, have a great night or a great day wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon. You take care.